Right. I'm gonna entitle this video "A Day in Budapest" because I missed out on days, and I ain't got my thing with me either. Pissed, but this will have to make do. And yeah, let's make the most of it. Gonna go to the Budapest Zoo. I was exploring yesterday and the day before, but I'm only here for 3 nights, so today's gonna be GoPro day. Fuck it, you know what I mean? Bollocks to it. Yeah, we'll make the most of today, mate. Let's do this. I like the interior, very pretty. Come on, lift. I look so shifty. So shifty. But it's alright, it is needed because it's the cold weather, man. Cold weather is just too cold. But yeah. Let's do this. Oh. Right. I'm gonna need to check. Okay. I keep forgetting where I'm going all the time. Right, so highlights of the day so far, of my time in Budapest so far. Overall impressions, Budapest is pretty at night. Budapest has culture, but I will say people do overrate it. Maybe it's nice in summer, do you know what I mean? Maybe it's just the time of the year that I've picked Budapest, but overall impressions kind of overrated. However, people, I will say the food here is very nice. Very nice. I had some Hungarian medium rare steak. Amazing. Starter was amazing. And the menus are got variety to it. The menus are not, how can I say, bland. They're not bland, mate. So I made the most of my time, man. And tonight we're gonna go to another Hungarian restaurant to get another dish. But I give the Hungarian people credit. Your restaurants, very decent. Positives, you know, if you're into your museums and stuff, Budapest is a place for you. You know, they have a lot of museums, they've got a lot of galleries and stuff like that. But if you're into that sort of thing, then Budapest is a place for you. People are probably wondering, is there any, how can I say, is there any red light districts? Because somehow I somehow steam upon them and I get people offering me sex work and shit. Not going on like I'm a gigolo or I'm something special in those sort of terms. But no, just a lot of Thai massage parlors. But we all know what they're all about. You know, each to their own, but I mean, Budapest does have quite a large number of Thai massage parlours, and the majority of the time they look empty anyway, so, you know what I mean? Interpretate it how you want to interpretate it. And plus, I don't think Budapest should have a red light district anyway. Budapest has a vintage kind of feel, pretty vibe. Why be jumping on the bandwagon of Germany or Belgium or the Netherlands? Just do your own thing, man. Now the struggles that I struggled upon coming to Budapest, the traveling. So travel is not as easy as you may think it to be. I actually found South Korea travel quite better to sort of navigate around. Budapest or Hungary in general, quite difficult. As weird as it was, I had to take my extra time to know where I'm going. A lot of the trams here somewhat outdated, but it's nice to see that vintage feel, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? That vintage look overall, if you're into that. Women. So the women of Budapest, or the Hungarian women, they have a strong look about them. They're not your typical cutie innocent type looking women. Not like I'm saying that you should be into that or not, but they're pretty, you know what I mean? Some of these Hungarian women are very pretty, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They are pretty, you know. A few times I was like, okay, very nice. You know what? I feel like I'm not giving you enough visuals of what's going on. So I'll continue to talk like this for a little bit. So they got all sorts here, man. They got when it comes to attractions and stuff like that, you kind of need to go to the main bit. It's like District V, and where the Parliament building is at. When you go to them sort of areas, everything kind of pretty much comes together. Other than that, some of the streets you'll be walking on are very similar to what I'm walking down right now. In my previous videos, this is what I was saying in terms of it has a mixed feel of Brussels and Berlin, mostly Berlin. And Berlin was like one of the most boring places I had gone to, and I don't mean to disrespect the Germans like that, but I should have chose Frankfurt or Hamburg at least. Okay, crime wise, I haven't witnessed any crime. I haven't felt like my safety was ever in jeopardy, if I'm honest. Now I should look up. Didn't feel like my safety was in jeopardy or anything like this. I feel that relatively it's a safe city to visit and come to, but once again, it all depends on the time of the year that you come to a city like Budapest. Budapest is probably very pretty in the summer, but then bear in mind that the fares, the price and stuff is just going to skyrocket. I got a very good deal. I paid like £111 for my own apartment plus 3 nights. In 3 nights you can pretty much do everything in Budapest anyway. Like, I'm on my way to the zoo, you know. But that's the thing, it depends on what you're into. I mean, people, if you're into your museums and history and whatnot, and you're really passionate about it, like you're a proper enthusiast about it, then I mean, Budapest, you'll love Budapest. Budapest has that sort of vibe to it. See, I like how they done it with this, with the trams and stuff. It's very pretty. Or bus, I would say. But yeah, I'll come back part 2 is coming soon. I'm gonna break it down 10-minute span if I can, and I'll come back online or on here when I see something that catches my eye or attention. But yeah, I can't really call this place grungy, but I can just say it's underdeveloped. You know what I mean? Big difference between Brussels and here, just saying. If you've been to Brussels and you've been to both sides of the fucking tracks, you know what I'm on about. I don't mean no offense intended. Right. Greetings. I've been walking for about 2 hours. Do you know what? People probably thinking I'm mad, because how can you walk for 2 hours? But the key to it is tire yourself out, you know what I mean, and then sleep on the plane. My flight ain't until, well, departure time is at 5:45, so yeah, I'm away to the airport. But I just thought I'd show you a little bit of scenery in regards to where I am. This is like suburban Budapest, you know. You got buildings literally, you can just tell that they haven't gone for a lot of renovation, but you can just tell it's some of the poorer areas also. I think I'm coming down with an illness, I'm a bit mashed up, but that's because of the cold ass weather over here, you know. But Budapest has been a pretty cool experience, you know. Opens my eyes every time I go to a place, a new place. But Budapest is the tick off, obviously. Key to it is just explore, man, live life, try your best. Do what you need to do. But just try and live life without hurting anyone, you know? And live it up. Don't hold yourself back with anxiety or any bit of that nonsense, you know. Back to work tomorrow. Gonna get back to the UK. Gonna be awkward, but we'll get through it. Focus at the task at hand, Tobias. You know, the Netherlands awaits you, so fuck it, mate. We gotta make it somehow. Do you know what? I will say this though about Hungary. Hungarian women are quite attractive. I'm not gonna lie, mate. You know, they got strong bodies. They got a certain body shape about them. Strong. You know, it's crazy. But I gotta give the women over here credit. You know what I mean? They somehow managed to maintain their size. Or their size just falls into the right places. So I can't give a thumbs down to the Hungarian women. However, the pros and the cons of Budapest are, the con, I'll start with actually the pros first. The pros, amazing food. The food over here is amazing because their menus are so diverse and very experimental. You know, they had all sorts and very good. Even if you was to go to a kebab shop, they got stuff on there that I haven't seen before. So I gotta give Hungary credit. You know, they mix it up, they change it up. So Budapest gets a thumbs up on the food department. Quite shocking actually, because in South Korea the food weren't all that, but you come to Hungary, Budapest, the food very nice. I can't knock it. So can't knock it, mate. As for crime, I didn't see any crime. Legit, didn't see any crime, and I did go to some, I would say, semi-grungy areas. We're not talking Brussels style grunge I went to some semi-grungy areas. No crime. I never really noticed anyone robbing anyone, causing a scene. Drunken people just were mature about it. Do you know what I think what it is, people? I've realized any place that seems to have a civilized society. Fucking hell, bruv. Scared the shit out of me. Yeah, that dog's no joke. Fucking hell, that. Woo! Shit. That made me jump. Well, we got it on footage anyway. Yeah, so you what was I saying? Any place where there's a civilized society, their tourism seems to be pretty decent, you know. Budapest, the society over here, the people haven't been rude. If anything, they've been just cool, you know. They've been just cool, and I gotta respect them for that. Oh. Ooh. So, oh, yeah, as you can see, there's some places where, like, some of the buildings I've been walking past, I've been walking for the past, what, 2 hours. When you start coming out of Budapest, you start seeing a lot of grungy buildings. But then I look at it as maybe people are just trying to survive, you know? People just trying to survive and make it, rather than of any fault of their own. If that makes sense. Like, I feel in some areas where it's very grungy and crime ridden and stuff like that, a lot of that is just down to society, you know. I feel, I mean, people will say jobs and stuff like that, and people aren't making enough money, but you know, sometimes when it comes down to it, you just need to try your best and just make it forward. Some people just commit crime for the fun of it, you know. But I've been places like Barbados, and it's poor over there in some areas of Barbados, but they will fucking wait. They will wait until a customer comes to try and make it. But I don't see the Bayesians going out there and just having this crime-ridden Barbados of Bridgetown, you know? I just don't see it. So I feel like a lot of, based on my travels, how a place flourishes very well is mostly down to the society, you know. It's kind of crazy when you think about America and Britain being a very well-developed nation, but yet their crime is just super high, you know, just crime, but never felt that over here, you know. Very hardly ever saw any police cars and, you know what I mean, emergency services reacting to an emergency situation. So, gotta put some respect on the name of Budapest. Oh, my body is hurting. Come on, green man, let's go. I can walk now because it's all red light, but I just don't trust it. Oh. Plus, it's nice to get a little rest, man. Little rests here and there. I mean, people know me, know I power walk. Like, I don't slow down. I don't wait around for nothing. That's sweet. I don't wait around for nothing. I just keep it moving, you know, every time. But the idea of walking to the airport is just to get yourself tired, so you're not wide awake during the whole flight, which is very boring for me. You know, I'd rather just tire myself out and just conquer sleep. Wake up while I'm there, bingo, no problem. Oh, see, some of these bus stops are very different as well. I saw one bus stop earlier that just had metal like a metal sheet over it just as a cover, and that was it. Couple seats, that was it. Right, I shall report back. What's up, everyone? I am in a very spooky ass woods. Yeah, the fog, or the light fog, doesn't help, but fuck it. Ugh. Thing is, I'm one of those sort of people where I'll just say fuck it, man, and just go, you know. But I am keeping my wits about me. I am keeping my wits about me now. You wouldn't want to get lost in a place like this during nightfall. But I've got that dark music on right now. It's called the Aurora Principle, the Ash That Settled. I'm playing that right now, man. Get me in that mindset. Because the thing is, people, I have to really program my mind in a certain state. Not that I'm saying I'm scared, but it's I don't want trouble in it. Right, where am I going? If I turn that way, I'll come up. I might as well just go straight. Fuck it. Oh, there's people there. We keep it moving, mate. We don't fuck around. We don't mess around. We keep it moving. See, usually in places where that is sketchy, like these woods. The thing is, what makes it even more sketchy is that there's no leaves. Kind of reminds me of Mortal Kombat when Scorpion takes on Johnny Cage. But yeah, usually when I have go through sketchy areas, I like to have my rings on me, mate. But we will make it. And either way, it's an experience, and I'm showing you something a little bit different. Also, people, I should have videoed it, but I got a photo of it. I saw these little huts. It was weird. Like, it was like something out of Fallout 3. You just go to an unknown area somewhere in the entrance to the woods, and you got these little huts there. People must be a couple people living in there at least, but you can just tell. We keep it moving. Oh. Oh man, what a day, eh? Right, let's flip it. See, I ain't got my stick on me to attach it to, so I've got to do it old school. Forehead footsteps, but it's only my suitcase. I was gonna say, as much as Budapest has been somewhat positive, I don't want no Hungarian trying to be slick, you know what I mean? But yeah, the positives are just go forward, you know, in life. You know what I mean? Off to Morocco in like in a couple of months, but I won't be doing all these all these random walking detours, man. Morocco's a different ball game. They've got all sorts of wildlife out there. I can't be asked to fuck with that as much as I like wildlife. So I was having a little back and forth with a girl called Sarita. She was commenting about the zoo footage that I had, and you know, she's all about wildlife, but kind of comes across like anti-zoo. But it's a 50-50, do you know what I mean, people, when it comes to zoos and animals and wildlife and all that? Because if you let all the animals out, man, they might just kill each other, and then you don't have nothing. How shit would that feel, you know? But then at the same time, maybe some of the animals are technically in a better place in a zoo, fed every day, washed, medical checked, all of that. And if you're a scientist, you know what I mean, you could easily research that animal for further and greater things. But then it's like, you know, an animal shouldn't be caged up as if it's like a criminal, like it done something wrong, you know. It's a bit, it sucks like that. Like having that lion jump at me, like, fuck, you know. If that lion had busted through that glass, that's when I run out of that fucking room as quickly as I can. I'll probably get catch, but it would be narrow. And then afterwards I'll run out the fucking, run around the zoo, probably climb on a tree or something. Oh, horse shit. Quickly dodge that shit. Right. Come on, Tobias. Push, bruv, push. See, I was talking to a girl called Kalisha earlier, and she's like, "Right, you walk fast." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't fuck about," you know. I try my best to be somewhat healthy. Oh, fuck, man. Keep pushing, bruv. Try to stay somewhat healthy, you know, and go forward as always. To tell you the truth, people, I just wish I had a bigger, better circle of friends. Not disrespecting the ones I got now, but I worry sometimes, man. Like, Steve is my main man, but I worry because I don't want nothing bad to happen to him, you know. But hopefully I'm motivating him to take a chance at life and do good. He still lives life within his means, but it's one of them ones. Fucking hell, I'm so disorientated. Right, let's check. Fuck, man, we still got. Alright, see, this is where we are, that's where we need to get. So if I continue to go forward, we should come up to an exit soon. It's weird, you can hear that little wind. It's crazy. Bet some of my coworkers, if they ever saw this, they'd be like, no one be stupid to jump out of you, mate. You know? Not saying I'm super tough, but I don't know. Should I go back to my old ways? Like, I want to. I should just be that tough guy again, innit? I should just do it, man. I should just bring back my masculinity. Ever since Jabi and I departed, I lost my part of my masculinity. I just didn't know how to be a man anymore, because I felt like I had ticked all the boxes, you know. Looked after her, built her up, gave her confidence, got her a better job and stuff like that, you know. And just overall freed her mind to a degree. Kind of like I gave her the red pill and she kind of broke it in half, kind of thing, because she went back to her old lifestyle, man. It's a shame, really, because she had amazing potential to do something fantastic with her life, you know. It's just unfair circumstances that things had to turn the way they had to turn, you know. That's like with, let me talk about previous relationships. My previous relationships in life, I mean, even before Jabi, I used to date a woman called Amrit. Amrit was cool, you know what I mean. Amrit was like 9 years, almost 10 years older than me. Yeah, I know, it's crazy when I think about it. And I was with her for like 2 years, but I was with Jabi longer. But even being with her, she being a lot older than me, I kind of felt that she didn't give herself enough credit or give herself a chance to really make something special, and it made me doubt her in terms of, are you worth the time? And now, you know, after 2 years and you're still on curfew, having to go home at a certain time, and you, at the time she was like 36, 30, yeah, 30 or 35, 34, something like that. Now she's a lot older, you know, Probably, I don't know what she's doing. Every now and then she will look at my posts and stuff, you know. But she's laughing. Last thing she said to me, she was like, "Oh, I don't know if I can talk to you," and it hurt me in a way because it was like, really, like, you know. And I kind of just left it to her. I said, "You know what? You, like, in my mind, I was like, you stay there, you know. You stay there. You're maybe 40 now, not married, you know, and in your culture they don't value it, and it sucks, you know. But there was a time where I wanted a pretty good, decent future with her. Went on a break after her for 2 years, met Jarby, you know. And it's hard. You know what the hardest part is, people, is a relationship, trying to have a better experience within a new relationship is fucking hard, because you know what, when it comes, like, even where I'm walking now, Jarby would probably say, yeah, fuck it, come, let's go, you know what I mean, and we'll have probably a heart-to-heart moment, you know. There's a difference when it comes to people. Would I ever go back with Amrit? I don't know, man. It's a 50-50, to be fair, you know what I mean. I do. She's not ugly. She's just got a very sensitive heart, very sensitive. It's weird, like, I can't deal with sensitive hearts as much as now anymore. Tough hearts, yeah, no problem, you know, because it's the respect, you know what I mean. It's the respect that I want to obtain. I want to respect them, and I want the respect to come back because I respect them, if that makes sense. Where the fuck are we? I feel like this is part of the Blair Witch Project. So Amrit was an interesting experience, especially going after an older woman, you know. What else? Before Amrit, I used to date a girl called Amreen. Amreen was half Turkish, half Indian. Mate, let me tell you something. Steve knows, and a couple other people know of what she looked like and all of that. She was good looking, mate. But it was like, once again, she was a bit of a numpty, if I'm honest. Like, Amreen was a bit of a numpty because all she cared about was going out and drinking and fucking up her liver, when even when she was ill. I was like, why don't you just fucking stay at home and rest up? But going out every week, and in my mind I'm just like, it's either you're still scouting, but I can't trust you. Right, which way am I going, man? It's all like barbed wire. It's like, is that a prisoner or some shit? But we will make it, people. How much look at this? Oh, we still got some time. So yeah, Amreen was cool. Before that, I used to fuck around my college secretary. I used to get my EMA, education maintenance allowance, every week without fail. It's quite quality, man. I fucked up because she used to go out with this guy who she used to sort of have her way with, like beat up and shit. And he was a little pussy anyway. Like, all fucking, I remember one time he walked in on me and her, and he didn't do me nothing. And I had piles at the time. My stomach was just wrecked, man. It was just fucking wrecked, you know. So I was like, fuck it, if he's gonna get me, this is his only chance. There's times I used to see him, you know, face to face, and I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna want to redeem it after all these years. But nope, maybe he's moved on from it, man. Maybe he's like, you know, life, it's not worth it. Fair play to him, you know. I don't have no ill will towards that guy, but dude, don't be in denial. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm by the airport. This is why they got the barbed wire here. Fucking hell. Next month I'm gonna probably get Hungarian police on my case. But Hungary, I do not mean to disrespect your land. I just felt like to take a walk in the woods. People are probably thinking, Look at this guy, man, carrying a suitcase and shit. Yep. I'm a stubborn fucker.